writes, "You too can be a guide for others through the dark, a companion in the deepest night. I'm a better guide for hearing and savoring this. You will be too." Introduction. Defining the darkness. I did not have a word for it until my senior year of college. Looking back, I can see it started before then, in cycles and seasons, when I described myself as down, in a funk, struggling, low. My friend talked me into seeing a counselor at our college's health center, and there I was given the word: depression. It felt foreign at first, as if this couldn't be me, couldn't be this thing I was feeling. But it had been so long since I felt emotionally steady, emotionally up, that I didn't remember what normal felt like anymore. I no longer had the energy to wrestle with the thoughts in my head. I was stuck in a fog, confused, overwhelmed, suffocated. For brief moments it lifted enough for me to sip the fresh air, to realize just how much clearer and easier life was without its presence. On the days it lingered, I cried myself to sleep, my body curled into a tight self-protective ball, begging God to hear me, to make me okay. As time went on, I wondered whether he did hear me. My tears dried up and feelings left me. When the numbness came, I lay awake, exhausted but unable to sleep, desperate for those tears to return, because then I would know I was still alive, not a shell of a human being. I longed to disappear, to drift off into never-ending sleep. I longed for it all to go away. Throughout this season, I felt weak, as if I ought to be able to fight the encroaching and all-encompassing darkness. I felt ashamed, as if I was doing something wrong. Most of all, I felt afraid, as depression tightened its grip on my sanity. Afraid of the thoughts gnawing at my mind. Afraid of how much deeper I might plunge into the pit. Afraid of my desire to cease to exist. I survived. With the help of therapy, medication, a good support system, and God's grace, the light slowly dawned. Life gradually became easier, the days less daunting. My mind could focus and process once again. I could turn loving attention on other people. Sleep was no longer elusive. The sensation of joy once again took up residence in my heart. I felt like one of the lucky ones, like I had barely survived my brush with depression's darkness. I was thankful to be alive, returned once again to the sun. But I didn't know what to do with my experience. I didn't know what to do with the marks it left on me. I didn't know what I would do if it returned. And return it did. This time while I was living abroad, working as an administrator and a house mom in a home full of foster children. Once again came the darkness, the tears, the exhaustion. Stripped of my usual support network, I once again needed medication to help me as I clawed toward the light. Months later, stable but still on this latest round of antidepressants, I found myself in a seminary classroom scribbling names from church history in the margins of my notebooks. With the battle of depression still fresh in my mind, I recognized something in my professor's asides about different historical figures. These brothers and sisters were like friends, whispering to me from centuries past. They too had been plunged into darkness. They too had been depressed. So I set out on a journey to get to know them and others like them, and to learn the lessons they might offer from the darkness. What is depression? Those of us who suffer from depression call it many things. The fog, the black dog,